call the Rush Township Board of Supervisors monthly meeting for Thursday, May 15, 2014 to order. Let's pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, public comment. Start the first row. Public comment. Tracy, you have anything? No.
I got a question, Sean.
Go ahead, Chief.
And Billy, look at that storm sewer down there yet? On Oski Street, all that dirt coming down.
Yeah, I looked at it. I looked at it during the rain. I thought it was working pretty good.
You did, where's all that dirt coming from?
Oh, the dirt from Bronski Street. Bronski Street, third.
Well, then it should be going in the storm sewer, not down Barron Street, down Meadow Avenue.
It's gotta be paved. That whole thing's gotta be paved there. Chris.
Somebody screwed up putting that in, Bill.
Nope,
They got a factory for it, telling me.
disagree. I thought it looked great. I mean, the stone that
It
you're
might look
talking
great, but it ain't
about,
working great.
it's not stones, it's pebbles. I drove down there the night that we had that heavy rain. I
The
thought it
water's
looked great.
going down. It's going down, come around the corner, Billy. I don't care what you say. It's going down. I live there. I see it all the time. Number two, why is Swift surveying so much down at Billy's house?
We did. We just surveyed the one property line going down there.
I saw the surveyor done it about 3 times.
Because it was bad weather, they couldn't get it all done in one shot. It was rain.
Okay, how about this police car sitting in the back, Sean? Does it run?
It needs a tranny. We're deciding what we want to do. We want to put tranny, or we're seeing how the budget is if we want to purchase another vehicle like this.
Okay, how about, can it be driven over, parked over Meadow Avenue somewhere on Wednesday to slow them down?
I don't think, Dwayne.
It only runs in reverse.
Okay. I'm good.
Good?
I got a question,
Mr. Gordon?
on the trees, the damage on them trees, or?
Yeah,
You never told me anything about them.
well, we surveyed, first of all, they're the township's trees, okay, because they're on our right of way. All right? We had it surveyed, so that's a definite there. You're supposed to be getting a letter in the next probably couple days or so, and you're gonna have an option if you wanna replant the trees, move them, to get them off the township right of way, or is the township gonna come over there and cut them down, get rid of debris, and then charge you for them? So that's the option we're going through now.
Before you cut anything down, you better look at my surveying maps that I have.
Trust me, we have surveyed.
Nothing, but you guys gotta be sure that those trees are on my side of the property line.
Okay.
And the pins are on that side, the trees are on this
But
side.
you're supposed to be receiving a letter in the next couple days, so we'll just take it from there.
And another thing is that alley in the back there, when's it gonna get opened up?
When our road department has a chance to, go over there and fix that manhole. It's not on the top of our list right now, but sometime this year, we will be over there to repair the manhole. You know what I mean? We just don't want people driving back there right now, everyday use on there, so they don't like, kill themselves or run into somebody's yard or stuff like that.
I understand that.
So that's why we have it shut down, and it's not on our priority list, but hopefully we'll have it done before the end of the year.
Well, according to the second class code, that should be repaired. And opened up as soon as
Absolutely, but
possible.
it's not a main street, used all the time,
It's a
because there's
street.
really no winter maintenance on that street there, so.
According to
For
the-
right now, I mean, there's,
Actually, the second-class township code requires that we post that it's closed, we, in a timely manner, do
And repair
repair.
it.
So, however, our choosing of the timely manner is, since it's not a priority road, as long as we fix it and we have it posted, it's not completely closed, you can come in from either end. So, it's not one that we need major thoroughfare, so it's following the second-class township code.
and really, Mr. Boyer, I don't think how that's affecting you, because,
use it.
it's
I use it.
closed
Other people
from, I think, Bruno's, and it really affects Bruno's and the ship rooms. It does not really affect you.
Did we go through that?
Well, not right now, till we get
Okay,
that
it's shut down,
manhole.
right, it's shut down, so it's affecting everybody.
It's a.
Yeah, but it's really not interfering with
Well, not
this
with his
property
property
on
or
the
anything,
corner,
no,
you know what I
no.
mean? But for
But
safety reasons, we
why
have
did
to
you shut it down, Sean, right there, Gibbs? Because people go down there, they don't
Joe,
realize
shut
it's
down where the
closed.
manhole's back, sticking out
I
of the
understand
ground.
that, the manhole's bad. To me, you should have shut the whole street down. Because people come down there, they pull down that street, they get down so far, it's like, oh, geez, it's closed.
Then
Now what do you do?
Then they have to turn around.
There's no
Well, that's
reason
what
to
I'm
shut
saying.
down the whole street.
It
so
would be a heck of a
property
lot
owners that
easier
have
if
to
you
go
shut
to
that one
access
section
that
down.
don't have
The whole
that.
section is shut. You know, from his corner up to the next corner where you make a left and go down.
And that should have been repaired before you opened it
No,
up
it's,
as
you
a
know.
street. And
I know what it's all about.
according to the second class code here,
It's, you know,
it's supposed to be open for all seasons. In other words, be it
We have the
plowed-
right to
be
shut
plowed
a
in-
street down
in
for winter
wintertime.
maintenance when people have access to their property from their front street, Mr. Lawyer.
Well, it seems like you're just closing that street for your two friends. Says that they can use it for their private use
No,
of
we're
yours.
closing it for
Well,
the
that's what it seems
safety
like
of
to
the
me.
citizens of the township here, or anybody else who wants to use that road.
It's being closed
If that
for two-
structure becomes
two of your
damaged
friends,
because someone's
so they can
flying up
use
and
it
down
because
that road,
People were
you're
using it
looking
and
at
they
a
don't
lot of
like.
money from the
I'm
sewer,
talking.
from the hometown
I'm
sewer
talking.
department to repair that structure. So it is in the
Doesn't
best
matter.
interest of the
Yeah.
taxpayers of this township
Yeah,
don't matter.
that we close down that section till we repair it.
well, why didn't you just do that before you just opened it up as a street? You just knew that that was like that, why didn't you just do it before you opened it up as a street?
I think it was open to the street in 1981.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was?
Mm-hmm. Same
My
as
recollection
Sullivan
is,
was.
It was August of 81 it was there.
How come there wasn't no stone or anything else put down?
Yeah.
Or signs or anything else?
It was open up the
But
same
you know
time
it was open
Alley
in
A and B
81.
were.
If it's open, how come all of a sudden we're putting stone on there?
Joe, it was opened up the same time Alley A and B were
And I
limited
just
use.
asked them, why didn't you stone it then?
We didn't get this one stoned either.
Well, that's what
Or
I'm
over
saying. You have
B
this one stoned, don't you?
Only in front of my, in back of my
At
house.
the back of his home and the other home, on the end. Why don't you stone the whole works if you're gonna stone?
Eventually it will be.
Oh,
Actually, it will be,
okay,
it's just not in the
eventually.
budget right now.
Okay. Okay, you've got enough money on your budget to go against this guy and everybody else up here. You're talking township right away. You go through this township, you tell me nobody's on the right away. Now, Mr. Boyer, you have a gripe with him, so now you're picking on Mr. Boyer.
The complaint was registered by
Yeah,
Mr.
you spent a
Boyer.
small fortune over that. Why don't you take some of that money and fix the roads up there?
Mr. Boyer was told that the township only enforces the right of way if we're pushed into a situation where we have to expend
Oh.
township resources
Oh.
and money to have it surveyed to prove
Oh,
the spot is actually on it.
and as long as you're over surveying,
But everybody else can use the right of way and have something on it.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
registered the
You're right.
complaint about himself. There
right.
wasn't anyone else
Everybody can
registered
have
the
stuff on that right
complaint, it
away
was
but
him.
me.
me, it boils down to discrimination. You should know that as a lawyer. You're nitpicking at different people. This township, they're all,
Joe,
you go through this township, you take your zoning, you measure your streets, 3/4 of your township are on the streets. And
Joe,
he's talking about Mr. Boyer.
Joe, Mr. Boyer had a complaint with the township about busted
So,
trees.
I do too.
About what?
Okay,
Right.
hold on, Joe, I'm speaking now, busted trees. Bill McMullen went to check out, let's see what the complaint was. We wanted to see whose trees they are. Well, it happened to be the township's trees now. So
Okay.
we broke our own trees. So we're just fixing a problem that we created. So, we're gonna cut them down.
Okay, no problem.
They're on our
Go
property.
ahead. I
Are
hope
you
the
done?
township has a lot of money.
Just, don't worry about that. Are you done? I got a question.
Go ahead.
Sean, why are all these surveys being done up there? On streets like Tamaqua Street?
Because we do surveying for sewer lines and, for road reconstruction that needs to be done.
Road reconstruction?
We're doing a project
Well,
this
Tamaqua,
year
right,
on
Tamaqua
Lane Avenue
Street.
and Tamaqua Street.
What was the purpose of it?
500 Wayne Avenue is gonna be
Yeah.
replaced over there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's Tamaqua Street, isn't
Yeah, Tamaqua, what was that survey
it?
for?
It's
No,
because
Wayne
we're-
Avenue pipe's gonna be, the one right on 3 line,
Yeah.
is gonna be replaced.
we have a project, we're replacing it by August, there should be construction replacing a dilapidated storm drain,
Gordon Gray.
4-foot one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's really-
Before we do a project, we make sure that we have all the surveying done, that we have all of our ducks in a row, so easements, So we don't end up doing anything that's an infringement upon someone, that it's within our rights and their rights, so that the project can be completed without delay and aggravation.
Well, again, like I said, to me, surveying, I think is a waste of a lot of money. You gotta take some of that money and put it into the streets and repair them.
All right, good, Joe?
No, the choice, Sean, you don't get no questions answered anyway.
No.
All right. Who's next?
Oh,
All right, police report.
Magistrate's fine money, $2,424.72. Total miles patrolled on the police vehicles, 4,095. Total complaints, calls and incidents handled by police, 422. Total traffic citations for the month of April, 92, and parking tickets for the month of April, 14. Good.
Is there a motion to accept the police report as read?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under the question, call the board.
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni? Yes.
Is there a motion for the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting, April 17th, 2014, and April 28th, 2014, to April 28th?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under the question, call the board.
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni? Yes.
Is there a motion to accept the treasurer's report as of April 30th, 2014?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under the question, Denise, you want to read off the amounts?
Okay, general fund, $171,393.22. The building fund, $33,067.34. Fire protect is $16,699.15. Fire tax, $16,573.78. Infrastructure, $265,033.86. Smock Association, $4,155.30. Rec Board, $28,022.62. Solid Waste, $209. Sorry, do that one for me. $209,797.62. $140,259.46. $9,472.84. $24,293.93. Yeah, police department, $13,527.63. Road department is $18,479.62. 2011 home program is $176.48. 2013 Lincoln Drive is $8,789. Hometown sewer is $207,066.85. Sovereign investments, $60,609.63. Mock Chunk Trust Money Market is $124,394.31. And Lake Hotto Sewer is $135,997.70.
Call the board.
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni? Yes.
Is there a motion to accept all municipal reports for the sewer, road, and arrow?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under the question, call the board.
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni? Yes.
Correspondence, what do we have, Darlene?
Township News, PSATS Bulletin, Community Connection, and Flight. Skipped them. Yeah.
You did do 7.
Oh, okay, hold on here. All right, is there a motion for approval of the current township and sewer bills through May 31st, 2014?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under the question, call the board.
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni? Yes.
Okay, attorney business.
The two things that I want to talk about are really motions later on in the meeting, so I'll wait to talk about the bulk of them then if there's any questions as they come up. But as a prelude to discussing the tax exemption request, I will say that the deed for the John's sale of their property where the pumping station is located to the township has been filed, and that transaction is complete. So we're now the owner of that tract where the pumping station is located. I'll just discuss anything else as the other issues come up later in the meeting.
All right, how's our loan doing?
Oh, I'm glad you said that. I don't have the official approval from the DCED on paper yet, but I spoke to the attorney from the DCED who's reviewing the request 2 days ago or yesterday, and he told me that it's on the desk of the secretary of the department for signature for approval. He expects we're gonna get it around the 20th. So to give a couple of days of leeway in the mail, I told my secretary to start scheduling the closing for sometime around the 27th or the 28th.
Okay.
So I expect the closing will be right after Memorial Day. But the approval, I've been verbally told has been made. I just don't have the paper yet.
All right.
So I expect by the 28th, the closing will be.
So everything's good on that, okay. All right, new business. Okay, is there a motion to allow St. Jerome's Regional School to uphold its annual 5K walk run on Township roads to be held on June 7th, 2014?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under question?
June what?
June 7th, 2014.
It says
Yeah,
July
yeah,
15th.
we've made a couple
Sorry.
changes.
Okay, just check it.
Hey, I'm a year behind, so.
Okay, call the board?
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni? Yes.
Is there a motion for Rush Township Fire Police to direct traffic during the St. Jerome's Regional School 5K walk run to be held on June 7th, 2014?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under question?
Question,
Joe, shoot.
why do you bring stuff up like that about the fire company? You don't have nothing to do with the fire company. According to what Mr. Leisenberg put
We
in the
have
paper.
control over the fire police through the police
Oh,
department.
you do now? Oh, okay then.
We have-
Okay, you asked Sean, when I was going up the fire police, why didn't Sean say anything to the fire company about it?
Because we
So, okay,
pay
you
the
know what?
liabilities.
Lienberger, that's what you're running name,
Joe,
right? And you're trying to do it again.
Joe,
Yes.
it's a workman's comp issue.
Oh, it is, but
Yes.
according to what he put in the paper,
It's an insurance issue, this is what we're told how we should do it.
We had a
Right,
meeting with
okay,
the workers'
okay,
comp
right,
attorney and all the
okay.
fire departments and fire
But
police.
why keep
and they
putting
were
it in the
told
paper that you can have nothing to do with
Anything
it?
that has to be done is done at a meeting to ensure that there's no liabilities on their part or ours.
And Joe, it's also because it's workman's comp, and then plus they're out of the township. Okay, so we have to like give an approval for that.
Well, the runs in the township, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's also out of the township.
It's also out of the township too. Well, where'd it go to, Sean? What other township then?
I have no
It's
idea.
sponsored by someone out of our township.
Janine got it.
Sponsored by St. Jerome's, which is out of Rush Township. So they.
St. Jerome's? Are they running up to Rush Township or?
They're using the township roads, but the request is being made by someone outside of the township. So it has to go through a meeting because our fire police, in essence, will be delayed in responding because they're doing this. So they need to get the board's approval in order to be able to do that.
To work in the township, or out of the township?
In Rush
For
Township.
someone else who's utilizing the township roads, yes.
Then if there's something happened and someone has a heart attack or something gets damaged through an accident, there is no liability on the fire companies. Our
It's on
workman's
the
comp takes
supervisor in the
over.
township.
Our workman's comp
This is
takes
a
over.
procedure we gotta do, okay?
It was
Okay.
explained
I was
to
told by
us
these people
at a
before that
in-depth
you didn't have
meeting
nothing to do with fire.
from the
Or fire
workman's
company or
comp.
anything else.
It's a procedure.
It was explained in depth by the attorney from
Could
the
you
workman's
possibly
comp.
explain it,
all
or have the attorney
departments.
explain it to me then?
For workers' comp.
Yes, and that's.
Could you explain that to me?
I think the wording that is being confused here is, I don't think the township has anything to do with the running or the operation of the fire company. But
You
the
get
workers-
permission here.
But the workers' comp statute makes the township the statutory employer of the volunteer fire companies for workers' comp purposes.
Okay, but they don't oversee them then.
I don't think
In
so.
other words, you could turn around, I can give you workers' comp, if I have a business or a township, or a town or whatever, I give anybody workers' compensation I'd like to. Yeah,
the
sure,
workers'
Billy, have
comp
workers' comp.
statute specifically makes volunteer fire companies statutory employees of the townships they serve for workers' comp purposes.
Okay, so the township don't have nothing to say over them then?
Just because they're statutory employers just for workers' comp purposes. They're not employees.
Are they working, okay, for workers' compensation then, okay?
Yeah,
Okay, if they get injured on the job, they're covered,
yes,
correct?
yes.
So why don't they carry their own?
Because by law, the
They're
state
working
has
for the
passed a
township.
law that they're working for the township for
Right.
that one limited way.
Right.
In the sense that that's
Okay.
considered their employer for workers' compensation
Okay.
purposes.
Okay.
But that's it.
Okay, they're working for the township, okay, that was my
In a
question.
very limited way. They do not work for the township like Darlene works for the township, where the board of
Right,
supervisors
whenever the
take
fire
control
alarm goes in, they're working for the township, correct? Right or wrong?
for workers' comp purposes.
Right, you got it, they're working for the township. I mean, the township can't give workers' compensation out to anybody they feel like.
No, they cannot.
Well, again, that's what I'm saying. So if, in order to get workers' compensation, I always thought you had to work for somebody.
A long time ago, the
You're
state,
implying that the township has the ability to control them like they would another employee, and they do not. That's what I'm saying.
right,
But they're employed by the township.
no.
Volunteers for the
company money.
township.
A long time ago, the
Volunteer.
state has allowed municipalities to have volunteer fire departments and fire police to compensate, so they don't have to pay for the high volume and cost of workman's comp and other liabilities through municipal services.
Okay, in other words, we're giving them workers' comp, we have nothing to say about it. That's right. What they do.
That's right.
By
What they
law,
do.
they have to.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a nice liability to throw on a township, let me tell you. Oh, baby.
Especially now that, since the cancer decision came down.
That's why we had the meeting.
Let me tell you, boy, whoa, I wouldn't want it. Oh, no, liability. In other words, when the fire, police, and everybody else go out, you're responsible for them. If they have, say, a head-on collision,
I'm
Couple
thankful we
people
have
get killed.
volunteers
You're
to be
responsible
fire
for them,
police and
correct?
firemen. I'm
I'm
thankful
talking, you.
has
I'm
people that are
talking, shut
willing to
your
do it.
face.
And if you keep it, if.
Well,
we
tell
keep
him,
it up-
he's interrupting me, Sean.
You get that?
Well, they're not responsible for the wrongful death action from the people that are hitting the victims of the.
Right, okay, I'm talking about if you're directing traffic. Okay, you got a one lane,
You mean a
you
fire
got a
police
two lane,
officer
right,
is directing traffic?
right, you got 2 lane traffic.
Okay, but are you asking me if, is the fire police officer directing traffic? Is
Yeah,
that what
right,
you're-
they're out there, definitely. And they direct it, they have a head-on collision.
Oh, who's the victim of the collision? The fire police
Who would you-
officer or someone else?
2 cars, if the fire police is in the car, they're in the car. I'm state certified fire police. Okay?
If one of the township's fire police officers in the performance of his duty is injured on the job, the township's responsible for his, well, the
Can you
township
show
doesn't
me
take it out
that,
of
can
the
you show
general
me that
fund.
writing attorney?
The township's workers' compensation carrier covers that injury.
They cover the person that's injured.
If the person who injured is the fire police officer performing his duty, yes.
How about if he directs traffic, 2 lane traffic, you got that now? Okay?
I got it.
This lane gets shut down. Okay, you got a fire police down here, you got a fire police up here. They say, okay, both of them, turn these cars loose, and they have head-on collision. What happens? Who covers it?
The township workers' comp, because the fire police officer is not the injured party in your hypothetical, I would say the township's workers' comp is not responsible.
Nobody's responsible for the township. These
No.
people are working for the township. I don't know.
That falls under the act of God policy. Yeah? Are we done?
Yeah, okay, you better watch you don't get struck by lightning in that case.
I may
Whoa.
make this worse, but I attended the meeting out of curiosity, and what I got out of it is, no, they do not work for the township, but in the infinite wisdom of, once again, you know, everything's done as a village, this village is responsible to pay for the insurance, period. They're paying the policy. They have no control over the people, but they must pay the policy. And if things happen, health-wise, the policy cost will go up. But this township and its taxpayers will continue to pay for the policy. Not the administration, not the operation, just the bill.
I think
That's what I got out of
If
it.
somebody gets hurt, who pays for it? As long as it's paid for.
I'm sorry.
I said, somebody gets hurt,
Yeah, we did.
I don't care who pays for it, as long as it's paid for. Right?
I don't.
Are we good? Call the board.
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman
Yes.
Eichelberger, Supervisor Lestrade?
Yes.
Is there a motion for Rush Township Fire Police to direct traffic for the 2014 United Dream Ride being held on August 10th, 2014, and its travels through Rush Township?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under the question, call the board.
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Eichelberger?
Yes.
Supervisor Lestrade?
Yes.
Is there a motion to adopt resolution 2014-12 giving notice that certain trees located within a hanging over certain township right-of-ways?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under question? No.
Question, how about the whole tree?
It,
I
so
mean,
that is the
township
whole
right
tree
away.
or whatever's hanging over
Right,
the
right, right,
right-of-way?
no, I'm not talking, Sean, if it didn't right away, you can't see to make a turn. Should it be removed or not? In other words, you come out onto a main street, okay, you try to look up that way to see if there's traffic coming, or that way,
Hopefully it was battery.
Yeah. Joe, it's whatever pertains to right-of-ways, not on private property.
right away, what do you mean? Yeah, right, right, okay.
Right-of-ways, right.
Okay,
Private
okay.
property, we really can't do too much about.
Yeah, right, I understand that, okay, Sean. So the reason I asked that, I just come up here, right, I went by the fire company, okay? I went to make the left on 54, and that big tree there, right there in front of there, you can't see around unless you pull off our way to look
That's
up.
probably on a state right-of-way.
That's
Well, okay,
That's on
maybe you,
state right away
maybe you
right
can say
there.
something in the state then.
Or you can call them up.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on. Mr. Boyer?
You're saying certain
Certain ones are.
trees on the right of way. And according to the second class code, if the trees, don't laugh about it, it's a code that he's gotta go by up here. Second class, township, if they're within the right of way, you can't trim them or cut them. You can't touch them.
You should read your.
Mr. Boyer, if they're in the right-of-way, it's township property.
Unless it's a danger or it has a.
If it's
to
in the
maintenance of
right-of-way, the
street.
township,
Whereas for maintenance or an obstruction for traffic, as he just stated, within the township's right doing it.
John, you talking about they're hanging out on the road, you
Yeah.
can't see. You know, for an intersection, you can't see down this way or whatever, you're gonna trim it back.
yes.
Okay, get down there on Mariner Street, Mariner, and Lincoln Drive, get that one, number one. Number one, if you
All
can't
right,
see
we'll
down
take
Lincoln
each
Drive.
case as where we go.
We're taking the ones that they want, they have.
Are we good?
Chairman
Call the board.
Gilbert? Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Eichelberger?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni?
Yes.
Is there a motion to authorize the solicitor to proceed with tax exemption on a recently obtained property containing a pump station?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under question? Call the board.
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman
Yes.
Eichelberger? Supervisor
Yes.
Matroni?
Is there a motion to finalize the Anquit settlement regarding Benoski Street repair?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under question?
If you leave him off the hook, Sean, who's gonna pay for payments and everything he broke down for sewer?
This has nothing, this hasn't just to do with the repair we just did.
You know, you gotta
Okay,
have him off the hook
not the
altogether.
other stuff. So he's off the hook up for the repair we just did.
This just relates to the Benoski Street repair that was done, nothing else.
Well, who's gonna fix the payments?
Yes.
Just for the curbing.
What did you say? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
The curbing and sidewalks that he cracked and broke when it was sewer in.
That's getting fixed. It's out for bid. The bid was already accepted by PennDOT, and the Safe Routes to School project will start within 8 weeks.
Then he makes, I heard that 2 years ago.
Well,
That was deducted as part of the project.
Charlie,
Yeah, that was the.
that had nothing to do with the township. We gotta go by the state, okay?
Well,
I haven't had that project done, it was done
Yeah,
last
we
year,
did
trust
a year
me.
and a half ago.
So, call the board?
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Eichelberger?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to allow me to apply for a 902 grant on behalf of the township.
I'll make the motion to apply for that 902 grant.
Yes.
I'll second it.
Under question?
What's it for?
Go ahead.
It's for, we're looking at a leaf collection truck from the state. We have a truck, we have the chipper, and we have a leaf vac machine, so we're gonna go for
The truck.
the truck.
What's the truck gonna do, sweep them up or is it gonna back?
No,
No,
it's to blow it into.
Blow it into the truck instead of blowing it into one of our
Dump
big dump trucks. Because we have to make a contraption on it.
Yeah.
This one, you can get a leaf blowing truck. If we get it for a grant, why not?
Get me
All right.
some too.
Chairman Gilbert?
Call Ward. Yes.
Vice Chairman Light?
Yes.
Supervisor Serrano? Yes.
Okay, supervisor's comment. Residents are urged to register for the Code Red Emergency Notification System on the township website. Any correspondence sent to the township that does not have the signature will not be acted upon. Leaf and branch collections are over, and pickup will start again in October.
No, Laurel with this kind of material, just because it says it's flushable, doesn't mean it's flushable.
Yeah, I mean, we're having a problem with, Larwood Pump Station, with lights going into it,
They don't dissolve, they're woven, and our $8,000 pumps are getting jammed up. These things are like rags.
so in any pump
They don't
station,
break
we gotta
down.
watch what we flush down the system and that. No, I know, yeah, no, I know. I just wanted to get it out there.
So people know that, just because it says flushable, doesn't mean it's,
It kind of looked like you were waving the surrender flag with them.
I was.
Yeah. Public comment, everybody, Kathy.
I forgot earlier, I'm sorry. Can you authorize Bill to take a look at where the railroad crosses and cuts across Bernhard? It's getting worse.
Yeah.
Since you paved, there's an elevation shift, and it was bad. It was an inch or two, but now it just seems like it's really sinking. I mean, I would hate to come on it at night and not know it's there. I would think the thunk would keep people awake. It's low.
Bernard,
On Bernhard.
the railroad, they don't wanna fix it. They won't fix it.
Did we check up on that already?
There's a complete procedure that you have to follow. We'll get into it later. I don't think you wanna do it.
No, I know, but I mean, did somebody like call them to ask them to take a look at it?
Send them a letter, it's just basically send them a letter and ask them to fix the crossing.
Or can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they won't, can the township do something? I mean, it's bad.
We can asphalt it again.
With their permission.
No, it was
I don't
not-
think we could touch it.
No, the railroad was never asphalted. The problem was when you asphalted, you raised it 2 inches on either side and it goes bump, bump.
Oh, okay.
I've
So the
run-
railroad's gonna come and raise it?
I've run into this
No.
before, if they refuse to do
No, and what the railroad
it.
did,
You have to take them to court.
So is the railroad crossing good? It's done with the paving.
a combination, but the paving certainly made it much
It's a little
worse.
tie system underneath of it.
Why can't we go down there and maybe grind 6 feet on both sides of that and grind it down past the railroad, past the thing, and then build it back up, but it's not like that hump on it.
Or even put a sign
What
that
if I
says
put it up
bump
there,
ahead.
Hazel, so when you hit it, your oil works?
You know what I mean? We'll take it down past and then repave over it again to make it like smoother that.
If nothing else, I mean, if there was at least a sign that says bump it, slow bump ahead or something, it's getting bad. It really is getting bad for cars.
You can't go, I think, within 3 feet of the track.
I don't mind hitting it with the Escape, but I'd hate to hit it with the Mustang.
You can't alter the pitch of the road on it.
No.
So we couldn't do that
It
either.
has to have whatever pitch they maintain for water movements and snow
You could bring the
movements.
flat spot further and level it out.
Yeah, because maybe since we paved it, maybe we created that issue
No.
a little bit.
To take it out, that's a really,
Yes, please.
you
You made
go
it
up, I
worse.
think you go up like this and you go up,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're coming up like this. If we can get it back further, I mean, that's quite an undertaking because I think, I don't know how far you take it back.
You'd have to.
What's happening is you're coming into it, I think, like this and then going up.
yeah.
So you'd have to rearrange the road from the track all the way back. It might be 20, 25 feet. You can take a look at it.
Take a look at it. We could look at it, or put a bump sign there.
At a bare minimum, honest, as I
Bare
said,
minimal, that's what we
as I
have
said,
to do.
with the Escape, I don't care, but if I hit it with the Mustang, I'd be on your phone to you.
Probably have to get 2 of them there, one on both sides.
Coming down is not a problem.
Oh, it is coming down, isn't a
It's
problem.
going up.
Oh, no, it's both.
I put a bump on both sides if we can't do anything with the road. Ooh, take a look at it. We'll look at it, Kath.
Thanks, Sean.
One more question, Sean. Is the township gonna pursue right-of-ways on everybody in the township, or is it selective?
No, we're working on a township as a whole, Joe. We
Oh, yes,
do
okay.
little steps at a time.
Okay, that's what, that's what I was
Little steps at a
wondering,
time,
what the deal was on that.
okay?
Because I know it seems like, every time you turn around to Mr. Ward, you're surveying, we're doing this,
Well, it's not
we're doing
Mr.
that.
Boyer, Mr. Boyer made a legitimate complaint, so we had to, act upon it.
What complaint?
Branches were broke off trees.
They are,
Yeah, right, so we wanted to see whose trees they were.
they're mine,
They're our trees.
depends on or not.
Didn't
Okay.
take them down.
I'm not gonna sit and argue.
Didn't take them down, and then the lawyer can make some more money
Exactly.
when they go to court.
Exactly. Exactly.
Also, Sean, I got like 2 nasty letters in the mail, okay? I don't know who's doing it, but I turned it over to postal inspectors.
Yeah, Joe, that's not an issue for us up here.
Yeah, well, it's about the township, the stuff that was in it, in the letters, okay? And it was turned over
That's
to
good.
postal system, right, definitely. And I also got copies of the sheets, so we can identify the person that did it.
Good.
They went up there, getting analyzed. If I hear anything, I'll let you know, and I'll let,
Just let us know what's
the
going
Times News
on.
what's going on with it too.
All right, is there anybody else?
I had a question on the leaf collection and even grass clippings for the summer. Do we have a place to, like, recycle for?
No, with the grass clippings, I mean,
Eventually, we're gonna have some.
we're trying to find a piece of property that we could do some composting and that. It's just, we're working on it. It's just tough to get something within the township. We've been looking and looking and looking. And how's that working out, Norm?
If you don't have a big property or whatever, a mulching blade actually dissolves the clippings as you're doing it.
Yeah, just over time and then more in the
Yeah.
fall time. I know we had talked about leaf collection and,
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Trust
actually
me,
in the-
we're trying to look for
2 or 3 years.
recycling and for, a piece of property that we could, put a barrier up that people could, take their stuff over
Any of the
at their leisure and
farmers'
put it in.
property, like, take it for mulch, or will they take anything?
Who?
Any, like, farmland?
One of the farmers takes all our chippings for trees.
We just
He actually plows it under
Yeah,
for
for his field.
for his fields. It works out pretty good.
Who's that?
That's what I mean, if we had some place
If
to.
you need a place, if you have a lot of grass clippings, you can bring them over to my
Huh?
place. I have a spot I could show you.
I thought the chipping policy was that the chips couldn't be taken to anybody's property and used or something.
We're recycling it.
Well, I want some recycled at my place.
Or mine?
If you want a whole truckload, we'll dump it.
Yes.
I do.
But there's gonna be
That's-
bugs in them.
It's okay where it's going.
Guarantee you, there's gonna be bugs. Because some of the branches they get have ants and all sorts of, I mean, the farm field, he's plowing it under and they use that, bullet 232 or whatever it is after they're doing it, so.
That sounds great.
Well, they do it because they're using it for farming purposes.
Are we all good?
One more question.
Sure.
What about the survey from the state on the traffic light?
They're not done it yet.
Oh, Any time on,
There's quite a few people pushing that they want the intersection from state level fixed because it is a problem.
Yeah, when we get that, we'll definitely let you know about it, but we had a good meeting with Senator Argel and our representative Jerry Knowles, and they were all there, so they're on top of it, they're gonna do the whole thing over again. So when we find the results out, we'll let everybody know.
I sent the letter the first week of April, I think it was. They won't tell us when they're doing the survey and they're doing their time studies.
well, they did have the rubber strips, I guess, the counting strips. Was that their?
That was for one of them, and then we had another meeting after that for the rest of the township.
They're looking at 3 different intervals times, weekends, Wednesday, and what was the other one?
And Wednesdays.
Well, Wednesdays are
And
work.
just regular days.
Well, and actually like 3:30, 4 o'clock,
Yeah, on a regular day.
coming from Massachusetts, coal watch.
That was brought up, and they really, they're gonna follow their guidelines, their PennDOT standards and guidelines, 7 to 9, 11 to 1.
And they're looking at possibly just either correcting the time sequences. There's 3 options that we talked about. Correcting the time sequences, putting in left turning lanes 54 and 309 both directions, or modifying the way the southbound 309 and northbound 309 interact with each other.
Were you talking about arrows?
Left phase singles, yes.
Yeah, okay. Because you have the lanes there. And today I seen like, what, 2 cars got through going down 54, where the light changed again, and the cars are coming across you.
But Joe, what we have to do when they're doing their study this time, they're gonna make their recommendations. We have to go off their recommendations. We can't tell them what to do.
Right. I understand that.
The only other thing I just want to mention too is because of their last change on this, I don't know if you're ever coming up Ardmore Avenue to make a left onto 54. If there's a car parked on 54, you can't see the oncoming traffic because they revised the lanes. They basically have the traffic coming in the parking lane. When you're pulling out, making a left-hand turn, you can't see the oncoming car because it's blocked by that parked vehicle. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but
I know.
a few times if you got some people flying out
Yeah,
there.
we were talking about that. They said,
Did it last year, and I think they're parked beyond where any intersection is, so that they can park there.
unless, one of the other options was that we can actually put no parking signs up, but to do that, then we create a different issue.
Yeah, it's not, like I said, it's
Yeah.
just,
But we have to maintain them and stuff, so. We actually have,
Off-street parking.
on the one side where the medical arts, there are signs.
yeah,
what
yeah,
our
all the way
parking
up to
actually-
my house, actually, there's no parking outside.
But the state, they said we can submit it, they will approve it because it's, if we list it the right way. But we have to put them, no parking, it would be a permanent. And there's so many residents that utilize that at different times.
Are you talking parking signs, are you allowed to put them on the state highway like that?
We submit, according to the, we submitted signs for 309 for no trucks turning onto Grove Street.
Okay.
If we follow the procedure, which we do, and we submit it, it's called an application of signage. We are responsible for those signs, they send us a print, we have a print for what we did on 309 for Grove Street. Our road crew, we purchased the signs, the specifications that they gave us, we put them up, and if they go bad, or fall down, we have to replace them. They don't replace them, but they tell us exactly the mile marker position to put it.
The trucks from in Mariner Street turn up Meadow Avenue and go on Grove Street anyways, what's the difference?
The short, you can request a sign,
Not
but they necessarily don't need to approve that you.
Right.
the
You
sign
know,
place.
say, get the signs up to it up and down.
You can request it, but they don't
turn
need to
out.
approve
What's the
it.
difference?
But they approved it only
You know
because the
that.
school was for
Yeah.
Grove Street, and it was becoming a hazard with all the
Mr.
trucks
Powell
going out.
there. He didn't drive.
Yeah, because we also, right, we applied for a driveway one.
He didn't drive when they turned him down.
They,
Took him like 6 months to tell
the
him.
only reason no truck ones for Grove went through is because of the school being there. And we got told how to, yeah.
Down there by the gas station, I don't know if they're state or they probably are state, 81 and that, them signs there. Right there before you go to the gas, there's some local there. We had shut down, I don't know what street lived there.
Market Street.
Yeah, they took the signs down, somebody ran over them or something. They're laying down there.
Yeah, that's not our responsibility.
Oh, okay, okay, I didn't know, but they're laying along the side and somebody clips them.
That was a hit run.
I keep sending them emails, that's just.
All right, is that everything? All right, meeting adjourned, thank you.
Hey.
Lisa,
Like,
Well, I hope to see you again in not too long time. I would love to get it done this year.